Now at 10, for the first time in American history, the Speaker of the House is stripped of his position. Plus, a new report shows redevelopment of the Union Depot in Joplin could lead to growth opportunities for the city. And Civil Air Patrol cadets honored during a ceremony in Joplin.
The four states' most watched news starts now.
For the first time in U.S. history, the Speaker of the House has been removed from his position as leader of the chamber. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. By a vote of 216 to 210, lawmakers booted Speaker Kevin McCarthy. That throws the House into unprecedented territory and in search of a new speaker. Reporter Skylar Henry has the latest.
The office of Speaker of the House of the United States House of Representatives is hereby declared vacant.
In a dramatic showdown, the House ousted Kevin McCarthy from his job as Speaker, making him the first Speaker ever removed by a House vote. McCarthy spoke Tuesday evening, announcing he will not seek another run at the position.
I will not run for Speaker again. I'll have the conference pick somebody else.
Chaos is Speaker McCarthy.
McCarthy's key GOP rival, Matt Gaetz of Florida, sparked the historic move by forcing the vote on the motion to vacate.
The reason Kevin McCarthy went down today is because nobody trusts Kevin McCarthy.
You all know Matt Gaetz. You know it was personal.
The now former Speaker angered right-flank members of his party by working with Democrats on a funding bill to avoid a government shutdown. Before today's vote, McCarthy said he was prepared for the outcome.
Keeping government open and paying our troops was the right decision. I stand by that decision. And at the end of the day, if I have to lose my job over it, so be it.
Moments after the vote to remove McCarthy, his close ally, Patrick McHenry of North Carolina, was named Speaker pro tempore. Over the weekend, the country just narrowly avoided a government shutdown, but that fix was only temporary. The clock is ticking. That short deal runs out in 43 days. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Now, only 8 Republicans voted to vacate the chair, but 208 Democrats refused to come to McCarthy's rescue and save his speakership. McCarthy served as Speaker for just 9 months. Changes coming in the weather. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy.
Yeah, we've been into the 80s for afternoon highs for over a week. We did it again today. 83, 76 is our average high record. 92 set back in 2006, but we have changes moving in slowly over the next couple days. Temperatures right now, we're sitting mainly upper 60s to lower 70s, and we look pretty good. We do have some clouds starting to increase. But look at the line of thunderstorms from Omaha all the way back to really about Hays, Kansas, Salina, and then west of Wichita. And this line is going to head toward us late tonight. It's not going to get in here until late tonight. In fact, the leading edge will kind of start to fall apart, and then we'll see them flaring up on top of us late tonight into the morning hours. So it should be a rainy start. Showers, even a few thunderstorms, not too strong, but we have another round coming, plus cooler temperatures. We'll talk about it here in a bit.
See you soon. A market research report on Joplin shows redevelopment of the Union Depot building could lead to possible growth opportunities. Since May of last year, the Downtown Joplin Alliance has been working with the state of Missouri to figure out how to turn the Union Depot into an asset for the community again. Joe Borgstrom with Place and Main Advisors presented research showing the depot has the best chance for success if it serves a multi-purpose role.
Tremendous amount of potential. We think it can host any number of uses, but one of the things that we think would be really cool would be a brew pub or a distillery or something like that, and then with a mix of office and retail and community space.
The Alliance says their next step is to put out a request for proposals for potential developers. State of Missouri is offering tax credits for meat processors and specialty crop producers. The Missouri Agricultural and Small Business Development Authority is accepting applications for the credits. One is available for meat processors who invest in modernizing or expanding their facility. The other is for family farmers using loans to pay for specialty crop resources like seeds and equipment. Building a resume is a crucial step in the job hunting process, and today the director of the McDonald County Chamber of Commerce spoke with students at McDonald County High School about what to include on a resume and how to present yourself through one.
It definitely showed me what I need for the future, showed me that I'm going to have to prepare for these things instead of just kind of giving me a blind guess.
In addition to resume building, the session also looked at the importance of making a positive impression during a job interview. The Wyandotte Nation is trying to help the community connect with local law enforcement officers. The tribe this evening hosted a National Night Out community block party where people were able to check out emergency vehicles and talk with officers and enjoy some good food, as you see. It's a nationwide campaign aimed at increasing crime prevention awareness and strengthening the bonds between police and residents.
I like it. I do. I really like it. It's a blessing for, for me to be able to do this kind of stuff. I think this is our 11th annual National Night Out.
The block party was held at Heritage Acres Park in Wyandotte. Civil Air Patrol cadets received some high honors in Joplin this evening. KOAM's Anthony Saviello has that story.
The Civil Air Patrol, a civilian division of the United States Air Force, works closely to serve and protect the citizens of the United States.
It was founded by a group of people who saw war coming and knew that having the civilian aircraft able to fly certain missions would take the load off of the Army Air Forces. One of the first things we did during World War II was submarine chasing.
The Colonel Travis Hoover Composite Squadron proudly resides in the four-state area. 2 cadets are being highly honored at the squadron's monthly award ceremony.
Well, first of all, I'm a little nervous, but I've gone through a lot of planning and developing, and I feel confident that I will be able to take on this position. And some of my goals are to grow our cadet involvement so that we have more cadets and we're more involved in community service.
Faith is assuming command of the cadet squadron. A big responsibility, but one she feels she can take on. A feeling her older brother Micah shares.
I'm proud of my little sister, and the position she's in, I wouldn't want to do it. It's a hard position.
But Micah is also being honored at the ceremony. He's receiving one of the biggest awards one can receive. Micah plans to go to boot camp on November 14th. His service in the Civil Air Patrol is sure to put him ahead.
I learned a lot about leadership through this program, and I believe that a leader should be a servant, and serving people is a very important thing, and not a lot of people do it.
Reporting in Joplin, Anthony Saviello, KOAM News.
Now, if you'd like to learn more about the Civil Air Patrol, or maybe you're interested in joining them, you can visit them during their meetings every Tuesday at the Joplin Regional Airport, 6:30 p.m. Coming up, Sports Director John Dale is going to tell us about a potential regional softball playoff matchup in sports. But first, authorities in Arkansas deal with a 20-car highway pileup. A Commerce, Oklahoma teenager has passed away from injuries sustained in a car crash in Ottawa County, Oklahoma. Lane Dunbar was critically injured in the crash on September 16th. Troopers say Dunbar was driving at a high rate of speed on 560 Road north of Commerce when his vehicle left the road and rolled multiple times. EMS took a 15-year-old passenger from Commerce to the hospital in critical condition. A 16-year-old from Miami and an 18-year-old from Commerce were treated at a hospital and released. Dunbar, who passed away yesterday, was 17 years old. A tractor trailer hauling chicken feed overturned in Newton County, Missouri early today. That happened at Highway D and Raccoon Road near Stella. Stella Fire was called in to help direct traffic as feed had spilled out all across the crash site. The driver was taken to an area hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. About 20 vehicles were involved on Arkansas Highway 67 crash today. The accident happened west of Jonesboro, resulting in traffic being blocked near exit 102. There's still no information on whether there were any serious injuries or the exact number of vehicles that were involved in the pileup, but the Arkansas State Police reportedly said that a med flight landed in the area. Alongside the large pileup, authorities said there was a grass fire in the area that could hamper visibility. Police in Parsons, Kansas have arrested this man accused of failing to appear in court for drug distribution, and they say he apparently had drugs on him when they found him. The suspect is Floyd Delmar Sales. He had previously been arrested on April 11th. When Sales failed to show up in court, police arrested him again yesterday. They say he had what appeared to be bags of methamphetamine and paraphernalia used for distribution. Customers at a Casey's convenience store in Marionville, Missouri, helped thwart an armed robbery. Authorities say this man, Nicholas Justice, went behind the counter and began taking vape supplies before the staff spotted him. Other customers struggled with the suspect to stop him. AMPD arrived and took Justice into their own hands, arresting Justice for robbery. It was also discovered the handgun he possessed was reported stolen out of a nearby jurisdiction. Justice is currently held at the Lawrence County Jail. President Biden's son Hunter today pleaded not guilty to federal firearms charges. Hunter Biden was indicted by a grand jury after a judge refused to sign off on a plea deal that would have spared him jail time. The younger Biden faces charges he lied on an application to buy a gun. If convicted of the gun charges, Hunter Biden faces a maximum of up to 25 years in prison. A little bit later in sports, John's going to take us to Jasper, Missouri for some volleyball action against Drexel.
Well, rain chances will start to increase late tonight into tomorrow morning. We're going to look at that coming up. Another warm one for us today. High temps back into lower 80s. Over a week we've been doing that, and we are actually going to cool off a little bit as we go through the next few days. Looks good. Indigo Sky Casino and Resort Indigo just outside of Seneca, Missouri. All right, temperatures pretty good, still mild, upper 60s. Lower 70s. You can see that southeasterly light breeze, which is kicking in 5 to 15 miles per hour. 71 southerly winds. Visibility is still good. Humidity is going up, 66%. We don't have a whole bunch going on here right now. We do have the clouds working through, but just to our west. Look at this line of storms. Really from Sioux Falls, Sioux City, Omaha, all the way back down through central Kansas. Actually continues all the way down into the panhandles of Oklahoma and Texas. Closer look, we've had quite a bit of severe weather. It's weakening. They're mainly just strong thunderstorms, and that's what I expect as they work in later on tonight. A gradual weakening trend, but we are going to have scattered thunderstorms out there. Still a pretty good distance away. They aren't to the I-35 corridor as of yet, so these aren't going to get in here until late tonight. But this whole system, this whole upper level wave is going to push through, look at the arrows, out of Canada. So behind it, we're going to start to cool down. It's going to make it feel a little bit more like fall, definitely compared to what we have seen over the past week and a half or so. All right, 1:30 in the morning, a weakening band of showers and thunderstorms work in, but then they kind of flare up on top of us. So here's 4 o'clock in the morning. Let's go through time. Showers, thunderstorms, nothing too strong, nothing severe, right through the region, right along the I-44 corridor to start the day, about 7 a.m. Heaviest rain pushes east by the noon hour, the afternoon, mid-70s. As we get into the evening hours, here we go again. Scattered thunderstorms. They start to flare up, hit and miss, but a band works through once again tomorrow night into Thursday morning. Now, once we get to Thursday morning, any leftover scattered showers and thunderstorms will advance east. Then we look pretty good. We start to clear out, and look at these fantastic temperatures, mid-70s, very fall-like, where we should be for this time of the year, and then it gets actually a little bit cooler. All right, so morning thunderstorms, a lot of clouds through the rest of the day. High temp is 76. Rainfall, again, we have to see where those heavier bands set up. I think most of us will pick up a quarter, half an inch of rain, some isolated heavier amounts. As this storm system passes by, then we really get into the fall-like temps. Only upper 60s on Friday. We start near 40 on Saturday, and then lower 60s, 4 highs again by the time we get into Saturday afternoon. 76s tomorrow and Thursday, the hit and miss storms. Most of us will get some rain over the next 48 hours. 67 on Friday, down to 40 Saturday morning, 63 on Saturday. It's going to be a nice, really nice October weekend.
Yeah, great weekend to get outside with a sweatshirt or a sweater and just enjoy the fall air.
I agree.
Thanks, Doug. Hey, this month we're highlighting various area pumpkin patches, spook houses, and other places where you can get outside and enjoy the fall air. One of those is Old Yale Farms in rural Frontenac, Kansas. In addition to pumpkin picking, there are a lot of family activities, including hay rides, a zip line, miniature golf, cane pole fishing, petting zoo, a giant slide, jump pillow. You can even try your hand at gold mining. Old Yale Farms is open every Saturday and Sunday. Day passes are $13 for adults, $16 for kids. Still ahead, highlights from tonight's volleyball matchup between Drexel and the undefeated Jasper Lady Eagles. And Joplin hosts Webb City softball. John Dales has highlights from that game and a lot more up next.
When Joplin and Webb City softball met for the first time this season back in early September, the Cardinals won a shootout 14-10 at home. Fast forward ahead to tonight, just over a week out from district playoffs, the Eagles and Cardinals meet again, this time in Joplin. COC battle. Webb City scores 2 in the top of the first, and the Eagles respond right away in the bottom half of the inning with a runner on second. Libby Munn slaps one into right field that falls for an RBI single, part of a 3-run inning for Joplin. Addie Burns settle in the circle. She reaches up to make the play on a little blooper over her head there, keep things from snowballing. Still 3-2. Next at bat for Webb City, Lily Hall smashes one to dead center and gone. 2-run homer puts the Cardinals back in the lead at 4-3. Now back in the circle, Burns working a little better here in the second. Gets the strikeout. Cardinals still lead by 1. Lead extends further in the bottom of the frame. Jensen Pickett tees off to center field. Second homer of the day for the Cardinals. The bats certainly did not slow down after the first couple innings. Webb City wins a shootout, 16-14, the final score. Elsewhere, another 2 COC teams playing and go to extra innings, but Neosho wins at Carthage in 8 innings. Final score 3-1. With the win, the Wildcats are 24-6 and finish as regular season champions of the Central Ozark Conference. Meanwhile, Carl Junction drops a tough one at home this evening to Willard. Tigers come into town and win big, 15-3 the final score. The Bulldogs play at Nevada tomorrow before their final home game of the regular season. That's on Monday against Branson. Over to high school volleyball, Jasper has been rolling through its competition all season long. The Lady Eagles beat Thomas Jefferson High School 3-1 yesterday, which was about as close as anyone has gotten to beating them all year. Lady Eagles at home trying to improve to 23-1. Took the first set with the lead here in the second, and Shiloh Storm is going to set up Taylor Hines for the kill. Senior gets it into the teeth of the Drexel front, and Jasper takes the second set as well. Now, the Lady Eagles have only allowed opponents to win 2 sets all season. In 21 matches have been sweeps into the third. Storm again setting it up. Crystal Smith finishes that one off. Lady Eagles started to run away with it. There's Livia Dumm with the serve and an ace. Now up 22-12. Little bit of a longer rally here, but when you give a team like this chances, eventually they're going to cash in. Point kept alive, and once you go softly over the top like that, that's just setting the Eagles up just the way they want them. The kill on Storm to Smith. Jasper with another 3-0 victory. The Eagles are 23-1. Their district playoffs begin 2 weeks from today. Then over to college volleyball, Missouri Southern heads on the road. The Lions go to Central Missouri, where the Jennies sweep them in straight sets, and UCM has been a force in conference play this year. This evening's win brings its record to 7-0 against MIAA opponents. Lions, after the loss, are 3-4 in conference. They're back in Joplin this Friday to take on Newman. Over to Jasper once more. You can't really say exactly how dominant they've been, but that one stat does show it. They've played 24 matches. 22 of them have been wins by 3-0 sweep.
That's remarkable.
Yeah.
It's about as dominant as you can get. We'll be right back. You know, when severe weather strikes, you're going to want to stay informed, and you can do that by scanning this QR code. You can do it right now with that phone right there in your hand. It's going to take you to the KOAM News Now YouTube page, where our weather team will live stream during severe weather events to give you updated information. And while you're there, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. The head of the Star Wars droid C-3PO is set to be sold in a huge movie memorabilia auction. It's expected to sell for up to a staggering $1.2 million. The head is one of more than 1,800 pieces of movie and TV memorabilia in the auction held by Prop Store. You see some of the others. The items, complete with light-up eyes, comes from the personal collection of C-3PO himself, actor Anthony Daniels, who played the droid in the movies. It'll take place between November 9th and 12th in London and online. I guess if you're looking for an investment, why not just have something that you can actually put on display rather than just stocks and bonds?
Yeah, it's a hair out of my price range. I mean, just
Just
barely.
a little bit. And then you have to insure the thing and
Exactly.
protect it. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Yeah, scattered thunderstorms getting in here late tonight, and a batch tomorrow morning. We'll get another batch tomorrow night. Temperatures into the 70s, cooling into the 60s for highs on Friday.
Final sports note.
Yeah, Major League Baseball playoffs continue tomorrow. A little bit different. Started last year, but now there's 3 wild card teams on each side and also a 3-game series in each of those games.
Very good. Thanks for joining us. Morning show, 5 a.m. Let's make it a great tomorrow.